Hey, my next guest is not an exhibitor here at NACAT 2022, but she's been instrumental in making NACAT 2022 happen, and that is Heather Sebben,
Yes.
the new business manager for NACAT.
Yes.
Welcome, Heather. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you are busy at the event, so sparing us a few minutes is appreciated. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Now, one of the reasons I wanted to make sure that you and I had a chance to talk was to share NACAT's story. I know that we kind of spoke off the record. Your mentor, Sherry Hamilton, has been very helpful in helping you get things going and showing you the ropes and just how she just bred success, in you and going forward. And now there's some exciting things going on. So tell us a little bit about the transition, how long you've been doing this, and what you see going forward.
Absolutely. So it all started back when my dad owned his own automotive shop, and he had to have back surgery, so he asked me to come run the day-to-day operations. So when I came in, I didn't know how to run an automotive shop. I was, grew up around vehicles and around cars, but I didn't know necessarily what the automotive shop entailed. So I reached out to a local organization, which was ASA Midwest at the time, and Sherry Hamilton was the executive director of the Midwest department. So I reached out to her. They had a whole list of training information. So when I, needed something, I would always reach out. So every couple of weeks I was getting something new for her. And she reached out to me and said, "Hey, I would love for you to be a part of our Kansas City board." At the time I had family obligations, but I said, "I would love to get to work with you. Do you have a part-time position available?" And she goes, "Actually, yes, I do." So I started with Sherry part-time, and I did my very first division. I believe it was in 2016 with her.
Oh.
Shortly after that, I became full-time and have been with her ever since.
Wow,
Yes.
that's a rise up the ladder there.
Yes,
I mean, now
absolutely.
6 years later, I know that they came to Milwaukee and Sherry for help.
Yes.
NACAT has had some struggles in the past, as has so many organizations, especially with COVID.
Absolutely.
And of course, vision success and the experience that Sherry brought to the equation was a help.
Yes.
But now she's handing full duty for the reins over to your show. I'm sure you played an instrumental role in making things happen for this event.
Yeah, Sherry is such a wonderful mentor, and have been absolutely blessed and the pleasure of just working under her and just learning all the ropes, learning all the small details that go into conferences, and to be able to have NACAT as my baby, so to speak. I'm so excited. And we work in the automotive industry. Sherry's company specializes in automotive associations, so just being able to have the automotive teachers who really build up the future of our industry is lovely to be able to help support them as well.
Yeah, and that's really a great comment, because that does make a good fit.
Yes.
With the birth of Midwest Auto Care Alliance and its fantastic growth
Yes.
over the last year has just been phenomenal. And of course, vision has been the gold standard for years. And now to bring the educators, the organization dedicated to their development into that fold is really awesome. That gives everybody you have a entire pool of resources to select from, right?
Absolutely.
Now, you're the business manager. What exactly does that entail for NACAT?
That's a great question. So we work with all the day-to-day operations, whether that be support via phone call, support via email. We also manage the finances, working on budgets, working with the board to come up with membership benefits, to work those sponsorships, to be with the educators and the sponsors in the industry, to be able to really build those relationships so we can provide the best support for the automotive teachers. So we're able to do that, and then the conference is obviously a huge part of that as well, being able to put on the conference every year. And now we're looking at 2023, where we're going to hold 2023 and be able to build those year over year to have all the destinations and work with local schools as well to be able to help support that, because I do think the conference is the thing that makes the conference so unique is being able to partner with schools and tour facilities while you're at each of these events.
Yeah, that's a great point. Now, I kind of had this vision pop in my mind when you were describing your role, And I don't know if it's the same in your community, but like for me down in Florida, that's like your board members are your city council.
Yes.
You're the city manager.
Yes. Absolutely.
Right, so you take care of that, and you've already made some great strides in the resources that the current members and potentially future members can access now. Kind of share some of those highlights.
Absolutely. So when Sherry and I came on board, we were looking at everything and said, what you need is a member management software system. So that was our biggest initiative, a number one priority coming in, and we were able to implement that. We were also being able to create a new website that has functionality for them to be able to log into their account, see when they're going to renew, get automated emails, see the members from around the area, because NACAT is for automotive teachers by automotive teachers, and being able to reach out to local people as well as people from across the country and even Canada as well is very vital, and being able to have that support to reach out and know, hey, we're here for you if you need support. This is where to go. And then we also had an exciting new announcement that we're going to be able to have a video training library available for members only, as well as resources to be able to put into that library. So if anyone does have any resources, any teaching plans, any templates that they were willing to share, we're able to have that in the training library, and then sponsored by or donated by, and then be able to give recognition to that person that has donated that valuable resource to be able to share with all of our members.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us as technicians kind of transfer over to the educational side, many of us, as a career option.
Yes.
And that's a whole new learning curve.
Absolutely.
Right? How to teach, where to get the resources, developing your curriculum, charting your students' progress. There's so much to that element, and I love what you just said.
Yes.
For the automotive instructor, by automotive instructors. I mean, that just says it. It's like, that's the North American Council of Automotive Teachers. And I want to stress again, North America, it's Canada and the United States. What a synergy between these different methodologies, between how they do it in Canada and how we do it in the States. I mean, everybody can pull a little bit from one another that way, right?
Absolutely.
And I love what you said too about if you're a member and you can see who is another member in your state. You might have a guy an hour away who's also an NACAT member that you can share notes with, compare resources with. Again, a lot of synergy that can be developed there. You've made it so much easier for your members to do that. And for you guys who aren't members, here's the call. As you've heard me say several times during the course of these various interviews, this is an organization that is dedicated to helping you do what you're trying to do, educate the next generation of technicians. And I'm going to state here, Heather already knows this, but the public educators, in my experience, it didn't matter how big a program they came from or how tight their budgets were, the heart that they have to make their students good technicians, to do the right thing by them, was shared by all of them. And often it's not the passion, it's the accessibility to resources. That's where NACAT comes in. So if they want to find out more about joining the organization and the resources available, where do they go? They
go to nacat.org, and then once they get there, there'll be a member or a menu that has a new member sign up. It has our benefits on there as well. And it's just as simple as clicking a few buttons and they're signed up.
And there you go.
Yes.
Right. And if you didn't make 2022, obviously, make 2023. We'll see you there. Thanks, Heather. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.